When we go ahead, okay, so after Annelida we'll see Annelida, then we have Mollusca, and then we have Arthropoda, and then we have Echinodermata. Okay, then we have Hemichordata. So Annelida, we see that it has true coelom. Now see in Mollusca and in Arthropoda. Mollusca and in Arthropoda, the true coelom becomes replaced by hemocoel. Now see what happens in hemocoel. This is the body wall, this is the alimentary canal, and in between the body wall and the alimentary canal, blood is present. Blood is equals to heme. So hemocoel, blood-filled body cavity. Blood-filled body cavity is called as a hemocoel, and see hemocoel is not considered as a true coelom. In such organism, true coelom is restricted to some parts of the body, for example around gonads. So in Annelida we have true coelom. In Mollusca and Arthropoda, the true coelom become replaced by hemocoel, and hemocoel is not considered as a true coelom because blood itself is a connective tissue. So the connective tissue is filled in between. Okay, then Echinodermata and Hemichordata. Then comes the phylum Chordata. So we will see the condition of coelom in Chordata. In Chordata, Chordata is a phylum. So in Chordata we have the protochordates, like Urochordata, and then Cephalochordata, and then we have the classes like Pisces, Amphibia, reptiles, aves, mammals, and then we also have Cyclostomata. Now in all these we have true coelom. So a true coelom is starting from Annelida and extending up to Chordata, and this is the condition of coelom in different phylum. Now we will see how coelom is used for classification. So when we see kingdom Animalia, kingdom Animalia is first divided into Parazoa, Mesozoa, and Metazoa, which is also called as Eumetazoa, the true multicellular organism. In Parazoa we have Porifera, Now see, Eumetozoa is further divided into Radiata, Diploblastica, and it is further divided into Triploblastica or Bilateralia. And the Bilateralia, see, when the organism became triploblastic, mesoderm arose. So when mesoderm arose, now coelom formation can occur. So Triploblastica is further divided into Acoelomata, Pseudocoelomata, and Eucoelomata. U means true coelom. So we have already seen triploblastic acoelomates. Which phylum is called as triploblastic acoelomate? Platyhelminths. Then triploblastic pseudocoelomate. Which phylum is called is having organism with pseudocoelom? Aschelminths, better called as Nematoda, Nematomorpha, Gastrotricha, Rotifera, then Caenorhyncha. Basically we call the round worms, that is Nematoda or the Aschelminths, which we call as, are the pseudocoelomates. Now Eucoelomata, we have to see true coelom. True coelom is found in which organism? We have already seen that true coelom is found in which organism. Now we'll see how they are classified. So Eucoelomata. Now Eucoelomata, we can remember it as Chima. Chima, see, this is Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and Chordata. So Eucoelomata is found, Eucoelom is found in Chordata, Hemichordata, Echinodermata, Mollusca, Arthropoda, and Annelida. And then Eucoelomata is further divided into Enterocoelomata and Schizocoelomata. We have seen earlier that 4 theories were given for coelom formation. First was gonocoel theory, second was nephrocoel theory, third was schizocelic theory, and the fourth was enterocoelic theory. And I told you that gonocoel theory and then nephrocoel theory are rejected. So the accepted theory are enterocoelic coelom and the schizocelic coelom. So see, in Chima, MAA is schizocelic coelom. So Mollusca, Arthropoda, and Annelida, and Chordata, Hemichordata, and Echinodermata. These are both invertebrate phylums, and Chordata is a separate phylum. So this is about the classification of organism on the basis of coelom.